What's going on, beautiful people? This is the Perspective Chasers podcast, and I'm your host, John. On this episode, I want to talk about ambition. As always, this is going to be my perspective, but I see a lot of people in the world that, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people out there with loads of ambition and trying to achieve whatever their life's goal may be or whatever their current goal may be. But there are so many other people that are lost with no ambition, that are defeated and don't know how to get back up. And I suppose they're the people that this episode's kind of directed more towards. Because I think we all reach a point, well, I know I've reached a point in my life before, where you lack ambition. You don't know where to go next. You don't know what you want to do with your life. And the thing is, that's okay. It's okay to get to a crossroads in your life where you don't know where you want to turn. But it's not okay to stay there. We all have these moments in our life that change the trajectory that we're on and the path that we're going, but if you freeze like a deer in headlights, you're just gonna fall off track. There's some things in life that you can't control, and that's okay, but you've got to get back up and take the hits. It's easy to get disheartened and put off your own goals, and sometimes just having somebody to believe in you is make or break. And in some people's cases, they'll have the luxury of having somebody to believe in them, somebody that's outside themselves that says you've got this and you can do it. But that's not always going to be the case. Sometimes you're going to have to be that for yourself. Sometimes you're going to have to be your own corner man and you're going to have to talk yourself up. But it's not always going to be like that. You can't lose hope that things won't get better, because then you'll stop trying. So having that desire to change your situation and having things that you want to achieve and things that you aspire to do or be, that gives you a reason for living, that light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's important for so many of us. So that feeling of ambition, that feeling of striving for a better time or to be a better person or be in a better environment, having that mission, that goal, being on that path, that gives you a reason why. So if you lack ambition, you really lack a reason why. Because you don't know why you're doing it. You don't know why you're getting up in the morning, going to work and putting in all the effort. Because you're not heading anywhere. There's nothing that you want or nothing that you're striving for. You're just going through the motions of life. And again, it happens at times. But you've got to wake up and realize when you're doing it. We all need a wake-up call every now and then. I don't think everybody's 100% of the time. We all go through our ups and downs. And as I've said before, to me, it's riding the wave of life. No matter what you're doing in life, sometimes you're going to be up, sometimes you're going to be down. And I think in this day and age of social media, it's so easy for just to put out the ups, and that misdirects everybody else, and kind of people get sold this idea of a perfect life, and then they're comparing themselves to that, and it kind of defeats their ambition before it gets started, because they think that I'm never going to attain this quality of life, so why try? I've spoken to people before and they defeat themselves before they've even started and say they'll never achieve X, Y, and Z, so why bother starting? But who's to tell you you'll never achieve X, Y, and Z unless you've tried it for yourself, unless you've given it every effort you can? Who's to say you can't achieve it? It's those people that refuse to take somebody else's answer as their answer or as their truth. Somebody that finds out for themselves and says, cool, no matter what you've done in your time or no matter what your experience, I'm going to find out for myself. they're the people that break through. They're the people that find their reason because they don't accept somebody else's reason. And even if the information that the person was giving you was right, okay, cool, at least now I know for myself. I know wholeheartedly that that is true. Like, I think there's the massive laziness when it comes to information. So many people are willing to take somebody else's word instead of doing the due diligence and finding out themselves. How many people read the headlines and try to preach to everybody else without actually knowing the full story? So take the time to find out for yourself, no matter what it is. And when it comes to your ambition, you're only going to find out what makes you fulfilled and what you want to spend your time pursuing by sitting down with yourself and asking. Like, if you never give yourself the time to ask yourself, what do you want from life? You'll never know. And even if what you want from life seems unattainable or unrealistic or people talk you out of it, understand there's only one way you can ever truly find out. And that's by doing it, by trying, by giving it everything you've got. That's the only way that you'll ever know if you was worth it, if it was worth it, if you had what it takes. And for me, finding out that answer, that's an itch I've got to scratch. So sit down with yourself and give yourself the time to dream. And then back it up. Put in the effort for you. And understand that the more effort you put into you, the more you'll draw in similar people, and the more that will resonate with people. Again, there might be some people that are disheartened when you start putting effort into yourself and chasing your own dreams, but unfortunately they're not the people you need in your life. Like, we all go on this journey and we'll meet so many people in our life, but unfortunately not everybody's around for a long time. Some people are a lesson and some people are a blessing. It's down to you to figure out which. Either way, there's something to be gained in every situation, as long as you have the mindset to look outside of yourself. I think I'll wrap this one up there. I heard that's quite, string that together quite nicely for how my headspace has been lately. But the seed for this episode, it's going to be, don't be afraid to chase your dreams. And if you don't have dreams, try to sit down and figure out what it is you want from life. Don't just let the ebb and flow of life push you around like a leaf in the wind. Give yourself some direction. Understand what would make you feel fulfilled and pursue it. And it might be hard at first. You might be discouraged by so many people. But as long as you're being true to yourself, that's all that matters. You're the only person that's going to be there through your existence for its entirety. So if you can't be true to yourself, then what's the point? All the best, and I'll catch you on the next one.